Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm running solo, so let's just jump right into it. Ronald Acuna Jr. Had to fly out to LA, get his knee looked at. Looks like there's some meniscus irritation there, but big news, they're saying that he is going to be ready for opening day. Obviously, NL MVP coming off of a monster year would have been devastating to not have him to start the season. It's going to be a big one, but there has been a lot of injuries in spring training, especially pitchers. First one we got here, you know, Lucas Giolito today coming out. The Red Sox already in a very vulnerable position with their starting pitching. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're saying they're balling on a budget basically, and it looks like Giolito's going to be out for the entire year. He has a $19 million option that he can pick up. It's a player option for next season. So the Red Sox are kind of on the hook no matter what. Um, but yeah, I just think that it's a really tough hit to a rotation that was looking to Lucas Giolito to be that anchor to get innings. Obviously, he has experience being the all-star that he once was and trying to get back to that form. But yeah, guys, this is just tough. And, as far as the Red Sox go, they've been linked to Jordan Montgomery all offseason. But now that you've lost Lucas Giolito, I already didn't think that they were gonna go and get Montgomery at this point. Um, and now they're even more, like I said, vulnerable, and they really need a top end starter. But 2024 might just be lost, and it sucks to say that because the Red Sox are a top market team, but they're kind of playing small ball right now, like they're a middle market team. And I know that Red Sox fans are frustrated all over, and it's just been a tough day in Red Sox land. So. Sorry guys, it sucks, especially in spring training. Season hasn't even started and, down in the dumps. But another guy that's hurt right now, Justin Verlander. It's not a new injury. They came out a couple weeks ago saying that he's having some shoulder fatigue. Um, but yeah, like it says here from Brian McTaggart, hasn't had any setbacks, but just needs more time to build up. So probably we're looking at the second, third week of April. I don't really see him missing much time here, but he won't be ready for that opening day start. Luckily for them, they do have Framber Valdez who's coming off a really solid year. They are the Astros, so I'm sure they'll get through that, no problem. And then also a guy that was supposed to be the opening day starter in Sonny Gray. He had mild hamstring strain, came out of the game on Monday, and it looks like they're saying that he's potentially going to start the year on the IL. I know he came out today saying that's not for sure. But Bob Nightingale, who, Bob has been wrong in the past, so um, saying that he will likely open the season on the IL. Why are all these pitchers getting hurt? Because that's what happens, and when they have to be rushed into games. And, I just, it's one of those things where um, obviously they're being precautious. They don't want to lose guys for an extended period of time. So if they have to miss them for the first week or two of the season, they're going to go that route. Unfortunately, as fans, you want to see obviously your aces out there opening day, because like they say, you can't go to the playoffs in April, but you could definitely lose your chance to go to the playoffs in April. So, um, yeah, tough for the Cardinals. They're trying to bounce back. Obviously, last place last year, they look like they're going to be the deepest club in the NL Central, but they are going to start the year without Sonny Gray. So, next thing we got Zach Wheeler, if I can get there. Here it is. Buster only. This was on March 4th, saying that he's getting a 3-year, $126 million deal. This is a really good deal for the Phillies. They've pretty much locked up their entire team for the next 4 seasons. Let's go over their payroll real quick. We got Trey Turner through 29, Harper through 29, Nola through 29, which they did earlier in the offseason. Now they just extended Zach Wheeler, and he's going to be through 28. JT Realmuto behind the plate for the next 2 seasons at least. Castellanos, once he's done, probably will move on from that, if I had to imagine, because he will be 35 when that's up. Kyle Schwarber for 2 more years. Taijuan Walker for another 3 years. Whit Merrifield has a club option in 25. So this team's going to be, the nucleus is going to be there for multiple seasons. Obviously, Davy Doms has to build up that farm. right? And this team's going to be good for probably the next 5 to 7 seasons, if I had to imagine. Unfortunately, when you spend this much money, you're going to win a lot. Well, not unfortunately if you win it all, right? But if you don't win it all, unfortunately, those penalties with the luxury tax, which they are over right now at 261 for this season, and will most likely be over the luxury tax for a while. You have to take a step back, kind of rebuild. So that rebuild is going to be down the road, but far down the road, probably looking in 2030. 2028 maybe. Once these guys get a little bit older. But all in all, I love this move. Zach Wheeler's been a dog the last couple of seasons, and it's going to be a nice little 1-2 punch with Nola and Wheeler for the next 5 seasons. Next thing we got JD Martinez. JD Martinez came out, or it came out, sorry, that JD Martinez did decline an offer from the Giants before they signed Jorge Soler. They're saying that he was seeking 20 million. San Francisco wasn't comfortable with that. I believe Soler got 13 million a year. Um, could be wrong on that. I'll have to check that out. But somewhere in there. Um, but yeah, JD Martinez has been one of the best hitters in baseball for the past 7 seasons. He had one down year in there, but it was still serviceable. Obviously, you can't play him in the field. He's strictly a DH. But I kind of wanted to see with the season approaching, what's a good fit for JD Martinez. First team that came to mind was my Angels. They lost Shohei Ohtani. So, I mean, right now it's a revolving door at DH. They say Brandon Drury, but realistically, we all know Anthony Rendon is at some point going to hit that IL, unfortunately. That's just inevitable. So, Renjifo, Drury are going to have to play the infield at some point. And with that said, I feel like JD Martinez would be perfect behind Mike Trout, um, as far as the protection goes, but also just having that vet leadership with the young team. They have Nolan Shanuel, they have Logan O'Hoppe, they have Neto. You see here 23, 24, 22. There's some young kids in this lineup. I feel like they would benefit from having JD Martinez. As far as payroll goes, they have about 50 million to play with. They're at 174. If we come down here to luxury tax, they're at 189. So 40 to 50 to play with. It is doable. They have a lot coming off in 25. You see here, really, they just have Trout, Rendon, Tyler Anderson will be in his last year of a deal next year, and then Robert Stevens, who they just signed to the bullpen. So they have a lot of money coming off the books. I feel like a 2-year deal is possible or a 1 year with an option. But, they're saying they're gonna be at a lower payroll they have in the past. So maybe they don't want to go there. But another team that I think that can really benefit from JD Martinez is another young team, but a young team that won 101 games last year. And that's the Baltimore Orioles. Right now they have Ryan O'Hearn at first base and Mountcastle at DH. Obviously, those guys are interchangeable, can both play first base. You slide again a JD Martinez into this 4 or 5 hole. This roster can compete to win the AL East again. Is the pitching there with Kyle Bradish going down? We'll see, right? But this team is gonna bang. They're gonna steal bags. I just think that if you slide in a JD Martinez into this roster, it's going to be game changing. Again, just the vet leadership with these young guys. They do have Cedric Mullins, who is considered their vet at this point. He's been there for multiple seasons. Anthony Santander, also 29, but those are really their oldest players that they got. And I think that a JD Martinez would be the perfect fit for the Orioles. And lastly, I got the San Diego Padres. The Padres have not done anything but kind of sell this offseason. They do have a lot of money wrapped up with Machado, Bogarts, Tatis, Musgrove, Darvish, Cronenworth. You see it here. The nucleus is there. But I mean, as far as the luxury tax goes, they're at 216. I don't know what the cost for JD Martinez is going to be. The tax is 237 every day that passes. You would think that the price is coming down, right? So I feel like if you plug them in, let's see if I can get to their lineup. If you plug them into this lineup, this team could be a second place team in the NL West. I like what the Giants have done. The D-backs were what they were last year. They were a team that came on, obviously went to the World Series, fell short, kind of felt like a Cinderella season. Can they repeat that? They have had a good offseason. They have added. That was a team that was in play for JD Martinez, maybe getting him back, but they went with Jock Peterson instead. Um, so yeah, I feel like the Padres, I think it's the perfect fit because realistically, you move Cronenworth down. Now you got Tatis, Bogarts, Machado, Martinez, Cronenworth, Kim. It just gets long, right? Their outfield, though, they really do need outfielders. They don't have too much money to spend. I can see them getting like a Michael A. Taylor as well. So if they can fit Michael A. Taylor and a JD Martinez into their budget, maybe we have something there. Their pitching, I do like, at least in the rotation for the top three. Musgrove, Darvish, King. We'll see what we get in Brito and Vasquez. It is what it is. Obviously, they lost Josh Hader. I just feel like adding a JD Martinez, though it's not a Bellinger or a big name like that. He's a seasoned vet. You know, maybe that's what this team needs. It's just a little vet leadership. If it seems like last year they just didn't click, and JD Martinez has pretty much won everywhere he's gone. So yeah, with that said, like and subscribe. Thank you guys again doing it solo tonight. So something new for me, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Later.